guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to another tutorial. Today I'm bringing you this glittery, smoky autumn look. When I think of autumn, I always think of golds, browns, blacks, purples, all them kind of warm tones. So I thought I'd mix and match with some gold glitters and some blacks and browns. So if you want to see how I got this look, then please keep on watching. So firstly, I'm going to be dipping into my Revolution Run by Run palette, and I'm going to be using these three shades. The first shade I'm going to be using as a transition colour, just so all the colours will blend nicely, and then the other two darker shades I will be darkening up and focusing them in my crease, just to add more definition and dimension into my crease. So I'll just be blending them out with a normal fluffy brush. I'll also be blending them out so they're quite seamless. Some products that I'll be using in this tutorial, I did put them in my previous tutorial, which was my October favourites for 2016. So if you have missed that tutorial, I'll link it down in the description bar or up in the right hand corner just for you to click on. And since this look is all drugstore, I am going to be using all drugstore products, of course. So after this, I'll be dipping into the MUA eyeshadow palette, and oh my god, look at these colours. They are absolutely stunning, and the pigment on these, boy oh boy oh boy, they are so super pigmented. Yeah, I had a bit of fallout, but nothing major. They are so easy to work with and so easy to blend. So yeah, I really like this palette, and I think it was only £3, so that is a bargain. So to start this look off, I went in with the first shade, which is the shade called Dreamy, and it's this very foiled, glittery, goldy colour. So I'm just going to be focusing this in the inner corner of my eyelids, and I'm just going to be focusing this just on the inner half of my lid, as I will be going in with some different colours later on. So I'm just using a flat Urban Decay brush just to apply this, and honestly guys, I did not use any product to make these glitters stick to my lid. They are really good and really pigmented. As you can see, I had a bit fallout, but nothing major at all. And then once I'd done that, I went in with a brighter gold and it's in the shade Devotion. So I'm just going to be concentrating this on like in the middle of my eyelid. This will just brighten up the centre of the eyelid and add more of like dimension and bring more attraction to the eyes. As the edge corner is going to be very smoky, I wanted a pop of colour in the middle. It's very similar to the first shade I used, but it's just a tiny little bit lighter and a tiny little bit more glittery. So yeah, and I just blended these colours nicely together so they were seamless. And then I went in with the black shade from their palette, which is called Corrupt, and I started focusing this on the outer half of my eye, winging it out a little bit using just a dense flat blending brush. So I'm just going to be dragging that in towards the inner corner of my crease, but not too far, as I don't want this look to be too dark in the inner corner. So yeah, I'm just going to keep packing this on, and then after this, once I've packed the black on, I went in with the shade Lavish, and this is like a mauvey browny shade, and this is just to blend out that black so it's nice and seamless, and so all the colours blend really nice together. So once I've done this, I went in with some more black just because I wanted it a little bit more deeper. So I'll just keep adding black and then I'll keep blending out so it's very seamless and not too harsh on the eyes at all. But we still want that really nice smoky effect. And then I went in with the shade Obsessed. Now this is like a grey, silvery, a bit of gold in it and a little bit of purple, and I'm just going to be adding this to the outer half of the eyelid just to add more glitter, but also just to deepen it up a little bit more so all the colours blend really nicely together. So you've got a nice gradient effect, so you've got a gold, a brighter gold, and then you've got like a darky mauvey colour and then a black, and then all the colours will just blend really nicely together. And then I just went back over them 2 gold shades just to make them pop even more, and then I just started to blend them out. Now for a drugstore eyeliner, I went in with the brand 17, and I just wanted to do a nice elongated thin wing, nothing too dramatic because I didn't want it to take attention away from the nice glitter eyes. And then for drugstore mascara, I just went in with a mascara from number 7 again. I forgot what this one is called, but I will link it down below for you guys. And then for lashes, I went in with my all-time favourite, which are the half lashes by Primer Lashes. I got these from Amazon. They still do them. They was really cheap, and you get 5 in a pack. So yeah, these are my favourite. Very thin but very long and very wispy, just to add that nice dramatic look to my eyes, but it also doesn't take the look of the dramatic sparkly and smoky eye away, because these are so thin but also very wispy, as I said. So yeah, I absolutely love these lashes for drugstore ones. And then I just went back over that eyeliner just to fix it a little bit and just to hide the rest of that glue that was showing through the lashes. And then moving on to the face, before I actually prime, I went in with this Pro Studio Oil Control base from the brand Freedom. It is also an anti-shine lotion. This is so good. I wore it last week when I went out with my family, and oh my god, I couldn't believe it. Literally, when I go out for like an hour, my oiliness is like coming through my foundation, but once I applied this, my makeup stayed in place, and I was only out for 2 hours, so it was really good. So I'm just going to apply this, and also it's fast drying and really soaks into the skin really fast, so you don't even have to wait around for it to soak in. And then for primer, I went in with the Avon No Poreless Primer. I also mentioned this in my October favourites, so don't forget to click that link below, as I already said. So this one always hides my pores, and it's like a silicone based. It is really nice on the skin. It also hides like the redness on blemishes. So yeah, I really like this product, and I also just blend it out with my fingers, which is so super easy. And then to hide my blemishes a little bit more and just to calm down the redness that has appeared on my face, I went in with the NYX HD Pro Concealer in the shade Green. The green shade just hides like your blemishes a little bit, but it definitely hides the redness of your face. So if you struggle with redness appearing on your face and it shows through your makeup, try adding a green concealer under your foundation. It works wonders for me, but make sure you do blend it out with a beauty blender or anything. Just make sure you try and blend it out before you apply your foundation, so it's nice and seamless, and just so it isn't really cakey underneath your foundation, and that way when you blend out it won't show through. And then for foundation, a drugstore favourite of mine is the Maybelline Fit Me foundation. I think I'm in the shade Ivory in the number 115, so I've just shook it a little bit because I haven't used it for so long. And then the trick with this foundation, because it is full coverage and a tiny little bit thick, I just added a little bit amount on my face in my T-zone section. I just started to blend this out, and honestly a little bit does go a long way with this foundation, so don't overdo it with this foundation else it will go too cakey. This foundation is really good if you do want a full coverage, but if you're on a budget. So yeah, get yourself down to the drugstore if you need a cheap foundation but a very good one. And then for concealer, I thought I'd try my new palette that I got from Freedom as well, and it's the HD Pro Conceal palette, and I was so in love with this. I mean, don't think it just looks pretty, or is it just me? So I wanted to try and find what shade I wanted to use, which was a little bit difficult, but I just thought I'd go in with the first shade that was in the palette. It was a tiny little bit light for me, but it worked out as soon as I added the contour and everything just blended nicely together. So just to make the product itself a little bit more thinner so it isn't cakey, just so it's easy to work with, I dropped a few drops of the Nuttra Effects Miracle Glow Oil in with that concealer, just so it would go a little bit thinner, and then I started applying it to my face where I usually highlight and conceal, which is underneath my eyes, my cupid's bow, my chin, my forehead, and down the bridge of my nose. And then I was blending that out with a damp beauty blender. And I was pretty impressed with this, how the coverage was really good and they just blended so easily. I then wanted to bring some more dimension to my face, because after foundation and highlighting concealing I thought I looked like a flat piece of paper, so I went in with the lightest shade first just to add a nice bronze tone to my face. And again, I used my Nuttra Effects oil just to make it a little bit thinner and easy to work with. So this is a little bit too light for contour, but I just wanted to add a really nice bronzy like shade to my face. And then after this I went in with a darker shade just to contour a little bit. It's not necessary, but I just wanted to try different colours, and this actually really looked nice together. So yeah, blend your heart away until it's all seamless and until you're happy with the look. Okay guys, well I don't really know how to work this because it's like a bouncy thing in here and nothing's coming out. I don't know what to do with it. I'm sorry, my music is on. Always got music on while you do makeup. Guys, I really don't know how to use this at all. It doesn't even tell me how to use it. Okay, so basically I don't know if this is right, but I'm tipping it upside down and pressing that spongy thing in the middle, and then some has come out in the lid, so I'm just gonna transfer it back into here. Oh my dear god, this is a mess. So much for new products. Right, so it's all in here, so let's see how it goes. So I'm just going to be trying to bake in the normal areas that I would bake my concealer, so nothing creases, but this powder was not having it. It was so hard to work with. I don't know if it's because I was doing a beauty blender or what, but I don't know. I think I'll have to try it like another time when I've got more patience with it. and as you can see it was going everywhere.
Right guys, I've just tried this and I don't know how to work whatsoever. The beauty blender doesn't seem to be picking any product up, so I think I'll give that another try in a different tutorial or when I'm off camera. I just don't know how to work this yet, so I think I'm going to go in with my Avon translucent powder. I do like this one, I used it the other night, so yes. And plus that one has left a black marker on my nose. I don't know if you can see it, so I don't know what I'm going to do. Here it goes.
So then once I finished applying that Avon translucent powder, I went in with my number 7 powder, pressed powder, sorry, just to set everything in place, like my foundation. And the translucent powder that I used previously did leave all white marks all over my face. It made me look really, really pale. So you'll see in a minute that my face looked like really, really white. So I just tried to bronze it up a little bit using the Technics powder palette, which you can contour and highlight with. So I just tried to bronze up my face, highlight a little bit more using the banana shade, and yes, this is what happens when you use new products in new tutorials sometimes. So yeah guys, just don't get disheartened if your makeup goes wrong sometimes, because even mine goes wrong sometimes. So as you can see here, I'm just trying to remove some of all that white powder and cover it up using some bronzing shades out of that Technic palette. And then for blush, I used my BH Cosmetics blush palette, and I went in with the lightest peach shade, and then I decided to use the mauve shade, which is my favourite, and then I just focus this on the apples of my cheeks just to add more dimension and to bring a bit of colour to the apples of my cheeks. And then to sharpen up the contour a bit, I went in with the Collection brand and just started using my contour brush just to clean up any mess I made and just to make that line a little bit more sharper. And then for highlight, I went in with the contour and highlight palette from Freedom, and there's three highlight shades in this, sorry. I first went in with the silvery whiter shade, and I was really impressed with these. Actually, it was very pigmented, so I first used this, and then I went in with the other shade, which is like a champagne shade, and just went over the top of this. And then I also highlighted my nose, my cupid's bow, and my eyebrow bone. And then going back in with the eyes, I used the same shade, Corrupt, underneath my lash line, just to add more dimension and just to make it a little bit more smoky underneath that lash. So I did add more translucent powder in a banana shade, just so no fallout would go underneath there, but also just to highlight that area as it was looking very, very white. And then for lips, I thought I'd go in with a nice peachy colour. I already lined my lips with a peach lip liner, and then I used the shade Luscious from the Revolution brand. And then I set my face with the Avon setting spray to make my makeup last all night.
So guys, this is the end result. Some of the products that I have used was completely brand new, did not use them. I wanted to use them in a tutorial which was for autumn and for all drugstore. Some were really hard to work with, some were absolutely great, and some were just like really, really weird, and I was like, how the hell do I use these? But I think some of them, I think I'll practice a little bit more with them, see if I like the product or not, and before I actually show you guys on camera again. But yeah, I really hope you enjoyed this look. So yeah, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and like button if you did like this video. Leave some suggestions down below in the comment section what you would like to see next, and until next time, I love you all so much. Thank you for support, and I'll see you next time. Bye.